What's up, guys? I'm back. Before we get into the video, I'm going through some personal shit, so if you could send me a pack of good vibes in the comments below, I would greatly appreciate it. Anyway, I'm back. I'm refreshed and I'm re-energized. I'm amped to present one of my latest concepts for the channel. I'm calling it Basics Reloaded. This series of videos is going to cover advanced beginner tips. I know that sounds kind of redundant, but stick with me for a moment. My concept with Basics Reloaded is going to be diving deep into the beginner mixing category to polish off what some of you advanced guys might have missed while putting the complete beginner on the fast track to being a mixologist. Don't confuse being a mixer and being a mixologist. There's a big difference, and we'll cover those differences there in a future video. Right now, I feel it is appropriate for me to give all the new guys an introduction. In case this is your first time meeting me, I go by Steam. What are my credentials? Well, I've been mixing for roughly 5 years, give or take. I think it's right around 5 years. I ran a small liquid operation until the great fail, aka the FDA debacle. I've since turned to ghost mixing, a term and profession that we will cover in a future video, and cooperation with companies such as Underground Labs. If you're interested in products from Underground Labs, you can find a link to my products within that company in the description below. In addition, I have several highly rated recipes that are out there made public for community consumption. Long story short, I love mixing, and perhaps even more so, the vaping community. So, without further ado, let's dive straight into this video. Today, I'm going to give you my six top tips to becoming a great mixer. Tip number 1, be bold, be brave. Now, initially going simple in your recipes is highly encouraged. Standalone mixes, contrasting fruits, little to no steep formulations, and of course, following highly rated and established recipes that have been critiqued by other members of the mixing community. What I really want to get across here is you shouldn't be afraid to roll the dice once in a while with what may seem to be an outrageous pairing. The concentrate library available to mixers now is 100-fold to what it was when I started mixing. No one gets anywhere in life not taking chances, right? While I can concede at times mixing can be challenging, it's the challenge that provides the reward. And I assure you, the reward far outweighs any risk that you could possibly take in mixing, whether it be cost or waste of product. Tip number 2, embrace failure. Now, I was once told if you're not failing, it's a sign you're not innovating. Much like step 1, taking risks and trying new things carries the risk of failure. On a personal level, what I learned in my process of recovery is that failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, but to begin again more intelligently. What you want to do is always look at mixing through an optimistic eye. Learn from your failures and never underestimate the value of the journey. Tip number 3, notes, and more notes. I cannot stress this enough. Trust me, there's nothing more infuriating in your mixing career than finding a well-steeped bottle that you forgot about of majestic holy shit balls liquid and realizing you have no idea what's in it. Or more importantly, the process that you took to achieve that glorious bastard. And all because you failed to keep detailed notes. I guess that's another good point. Label your liquids. Mixing is like any other educational venture. Notes will help you concentrate on the task, but it will also serve as breadcrumbs through your formulation process should a problem arise. Tip number 4, get intimate with your flavors. Obviously, I don't mean that in the literal term, so don't go around humping your bottle, but fall in love with your flavor. Take time to figure them out. Treat them like your pretend approach to that girl or guy that you're interested in, practicing the honeymoon phase with each new concentrate that you purchase or receive. By doing so, you'll extend your skill set and abilities when using that specific concentrate. Single flavor testing is the ideal method to do this. That means testing each flavor individually from a low ratio to what I call the flavor ceiling, or when a concentrate begins to get just a little bit perfumey and downright unenjoyable. Try to follow a format like you'll find in a flavor review post across forums on the internet. ELR, ATF, different places you'll find different formats. I'll show you guys through that maze in a later video. For now, just remember that detailed note taking is going to be a necessity when mixing if you want to be the best possible mixer. Tip number 5. Diversify your thinking. Now, we all find people we look up to when starting out mixing, right? Be it their character, their presentation, their crew that they belong to, whatever the reason is, we seem to navigate toward those types of people and trust their words as if they are backed by federal funds. Now, the problem with that, taking anyone at face value without cross-referencing second opinions or fact-checking when it comes to mixing is it's dicey. It often leads to wasted product or wasted money, neither of which is a good thing. Let's face it, our palates are different. We all like and taste things differently. So I encourage you to identify your palate and develop your own personal taste buds. Listen to what others say, but always process that information through your own diverse experiences. Tip number 6, accept critiques, especially the hard ones. Let's face it, the world is full of assholes. It's not a nice place. As more people get into mixing, that of course means those assholes join the mixing community. It's just the way of life. Be it improper home training or undiagnosed behavioral issues, they're just as prevalent in this community as they are in every other community in the world. The thing is, more often than not, these people are being honest, inappropriately blunt, but honest nonetheless. If you plan to publish your recipes publicly, you have to grow thick skin. This is probably the biggest tip that I can offer you to continue growing. I can't begin to count how many people or how many mixers I've seen over the years dive off into oblivion, never to post a single recipe again because of being butthurt by one or more of these assholes. Grow thick skin. People are going to troll you, but all that really means is you're doing something right. You gotta remember that. Keep that thick skin mentality and grow from there. Haters are gonna hate. So that concludes this video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't. Go ahead and ding the bell along with it so you're notified of future videos. And as always, folks, it was great coming back. I look forward to doing more videos. Stay educated, elevated, and beyond all else, motivated. Cloud salute.